Hey everybody, Matt Hartman here again for Drunkard's Walk. We are back. It is season 10, and it feels like we've never been gone. Thanks to those classic episodes, huh? Did you enjoy those? Well, they have returned to the vault, and the vault is found on Patreon. So if you want to hear those episodes again, or the episodes that went between them, or any of season 3, which is also headed off to the vault, well, you can go ahead and join our Patreon. You can find that on our link tree. That's linktr.ee/drunkardswalk. We hope that you'll join us there. We hope that you'll join us every week. Why not subscribe? And then that way you'll know when the new episodes drop. And then you could give us a rating or review. We would certainly love that. Well, I've said enough. So now it's time to listen to me talk, but with Jethro too. Enjoy season 10, everybody.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting season of Drunkard's Walk. This is our 10th season. That's right, 10 whole seasons. We started this 10 seasons ago. And I am your host, Jethro Nolan. And I could not do this by myself at all. I mean, I could, but who would I be right next to? So I need someone who's constantly wrong so that I can feel superior and correct him all the way. And playing that role on this season, like all other seasons, Mr. Matthew Hartman. Hey, Matt.
Wow. Hi, Jethro. Thank you so much for reminding me, putting me immediately into my place at the beginning of the season here. I'm happy to serve as the intellectual foil to your rightness. Is that would we use that term?
Sure. Why not?
Oh my gosh, I was right. Okay, well, we're doing it wrong already, but that's okay. I'll take one right at the beginning.
Even a blind squirrel finds an acorn, as they say.
They do say that. Jethro, this is so exciting. We are back for our 10th season, and you know, some people would say, "Oh, that means you've been doing this for 10 years?" No, not at all. We've been doing this for not even 4 whole years, 3.5. Maybe we're at about 3.5.
Yeah. The season is an arbitrary unit of measurement.
Yes, that's correct. We do our seasons 15 episodes each. Although there a couple of seasons we've had 16 episodes. So just to make it weird, because
we forgot to count them.
You would think if we were 15 episodes that would mean that our last episode of this season would be our 150th, which it won't be. It'll be like episode 13 or 12 or something like that, something dumb. But we'll still celebrate, right, Jethro? We'll have a 150th party or something like that. I'm
getting my Drunkard's Walk tuxedo sent to me. Any minute now.
That's a great idea. The
sesquicentennial.
Well, you can't say centennial, right? Because that's years.
Sesquicentotic.
Yeah, there you go. Sesquicentotic. We're going to be sesquicentotic this season. Ugh.
The only reason I know sesquicentennial is because I was in Texas when, like, the 150th anniversary of not when we became a state, but when we became a sovereign nation in 1836. Sure. So in 1986, all the Texas license plates had sesquicentennial on them.
Oh.
And if that wasn't a clue to young Jethro that Texas didn't celebrate its entry into the Union nearly as much as it celebrated its independent nation status.
Yeah, that should have been an indicator immediately to you. But,
it really should have been.
But hey, I'm glad you learned that. I'm assuming you also learned something about that while you were in like elementary school, right? You guys had your Texas history class and whatnot.
Yeah, junior high, we spent a semester studying Texas history, and it was the I have yet to use that knowledge for any reason other than doing bits.
Yeah. Well, we did that for Pennsylvania too. We had our Pennsylvania history segment of our schooling, and I haven't used a ton of that either. Although living here, you know, from time to time, I see a road that I can go, oh, I remember that person.
Yeah, but I feel like Pennsylvania's history is at least more central to American history. Like Philadelphia is part of Pennsylvania, and some pretty important things happen in Philadelphia from like a U.S. history standpoint. Yep. Like what do the poor people in Montana do? Like, is it just genocide of Native Americans and then we put a flag up? Is that it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sure they don't tell it that way though.
Probably not.
I'm sure it's told from some sort of heroic perspective of saving the
We
women
found
and
all this
children.
vacant land.
Yeah, something stupid and ridiculous like that. But hey, I don't know. Are you from Montana? Are you listening right now? Send us an email. Let us know what they tell you about in your Montana history courses as you're growing up there. Did you grow up there or did you move there? In which case, ask a kid, I guess. Go find a kid.
Or if you have no relationship with Montana whatsoever, send us an email and tell us that. We need the Montana facts about our audience. We're reaching out to advertisers, and right now the only people who've shown interest are businesses that operate in Montana.
Yeah, so and the Montana, the traveling, or the what do they call them? That I've ruined this bit already.
I love it.
What's the not the Chamber of Commerce? Who are the tourist?
The Better Business Bureau?
The tourist.
The Tourist
Guild.
Bureau?
The Tourist Bureau? Is that what it would be? Didn't sound right.
I
Well,
know.
whatever. Either way, I'm excited to be back here for season 10. Maybe some folks here have listened to some of our classic episodes that we're just running between seasons. If you were, I hope you enjoyed them. They're going to be taken down next week. So hurry up and listen. And I believe there's a chance that season 3 is going to be put into the vault as well, which means you're only going to be able to hear seasons 1 through 3 if you join our Patreon. Which you can do. You can head over to patreon.com, look up Drunkards Walk Podcast. You can join our Patreon. It's very inexpensive to do, and it keeps the show running. So that's my advertisement for Patreon and our link tree. Go to our link tree, and you can get the link to there as well. And that's in our show notes. But, Jethro, in order for us to start season 10, we have to stop just yammering about nothing. And we have to get a destination. We know where we're going to start because we take that from our season 1 list. And last season, we took mantis shrimp, which means I go down 1 on my spreadsheet and I see we've got the Decameron all set as our starting point. But where will we go, Jethro?
I have no idea, Matt. Matt, there's no way for us to know.
Yeah,
with the possible exception of asking the one person who's on the Zoom call.
Yeah.
It's your friend, my friend, and friend of all creatures, big and small, Sarah Wojdylak.
There she is. Hi, Sarah.
Hello. I'm furiously scribbling in my notebook to scratch out my idea today, which was the history of Montana. Damn it.
Oh, no.
Wow.
What a vague concept to have brought to us.
Such a short page, too, on Wikipedia. That's not
something
much
about
there,
genocide.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, welcome back to the podcast. Sarah, we had you on in season 3, I think it was.
Ages ago.
Yeah. Almost 3 years ago now. Or I guess, well, for when people are listening, more than 3 years ago. How's it going? How's stuff?
Oh, man. It would be its own podcast to even explain.
Right.
Good. I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there. Getting
nice.
Hanging in there.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Any exciting I don't know, like you've done shows from time to time. You're a performer. You're a very funny person. Are you doing any of that lately, or how are you keeping busy?
Well, I just got to do the set at Mr. Small's Theater for a little 24-hour play festival called Suspension. A lot of really great people in that. Starting to dip my toe back into some improv since I'm a little closer to it now. So that's fun. Yeah, I'm doing it in a healthy way instead of in a every single day kind of way I had before.
Yeah, sure. I understand that. Now, you say you're closer to it. Do you mean like in your heart you're closer to it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, physically and in my heart. Sure.
Okay. So you've relocated as well to a spot that is somewhat closer to the actual city of Pittsburgh. Is that what I'm gleaning from this?
Yeah, farther away from terrible, scary people and closer to nice people. Yeah.
Awesome. That's great. That's super
it's not nice.
That's always
basic
better
recipe for happiness there.
Yeah.
To be closer
away
to
from
nicer
bad
people.
towards good. Yeah.
Well, good. Glad to hear that. Well, like I said, it's great to see you again. And we let's see, season 3, Viserion, I believe was the topic that you gave us.
Yeah.
That we went
Listen,
to.
I listened to that episode. Like, what the hell was I talking about? Also, can I apologize to Jethro? I think I mentioned something about Dunning-Kruger and implied that Jethro was the one that didn't do any, and I was like, oh man, what a mean joke.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my bad.
First of all, thank you. It is a testament to your graciousness that you even said such a thing. But also, like, I never. Maybe I should be more attuned to potential insults, but that I never was bothered by that at all.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about having the rock solid ego that I have is that it's got to be a really pointed and consistent insult for it to break through my armor and get in and hurt my fragile heart.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, I've been working on it for almost 4 solid years here, and I not even in there yet. Yeah,
Not
I
a
just chipping away little tiny bits all the time. Whereas he can just say one word, and I'm just a puddle every single episode. You know what I mean? It's just I gotta
boil.
Yeah, I gotta strengthen it.
Cheers.
Strengthen it somehow. I don't know what that means. But what I do know is that you have come here to give us a destination for our walk today, and I would love to find out what that's going to be.
Well, I have a little story beforehand.
Excellent.
I was kind of racking my brain, like, what should I choose? Where will I send you? Can I pause? Do you ever talk about what you're drinking? It's a school night, so I'm drinking Orange Crush out of a Yoda mug.
Oh, we don't need to pause. Keep it live. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's hot stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah. Orange Crush out of a Yoda mug.
Yep, sure.
I can't remember the last time I drank pop out of a mug. I kind of want to do it now. Is that a consistent thing for you? Do you always? I'm always out of a glass or a can or a bottle or something.
It's better than drinking like a whole thing of sugar right at
Sure.
at night.
That makes sense.
Getting old is awesome.
And that's also good on you for not for realizing it's a school night and not drinking. I, on the other hand, have thrown caution to the wind as I normally do when we're recording these things, and I am drinking. Guess what? A bourbon. And the one that I'm drinking actually might not even be actual bourbon. It's a whiskey called Blackened. And this is, for folks that listened last season, this is one of the little tiny bottles that my wife got me for my birthday. This is a weird one. A blend of straight whiskeys finished in black brandy casks.
Oh.
So that's what it is. And it's out of New York. So I don't even know exactly... I don't see the distillery's name on here. Well, I do actually, but it's so tiny and I have gotten old. So I don't even know. But anyway, that is what I am drinking tonight. Jethro, how about you? Anything?
Well, I've got you both topped. I've got water out of a green plastic cup.
Whoa.
I know.
Oh, wow. That green plastic cup is almost reminiscent of a Pizza Hut cup.
It is. I tell you what, it for whatever reason, I don't know why, but when I became an adult and had a child, I wanted like big water cups. And for some reason, like I couldn't find like a big 32-ounce cup for water out if it wasn't during summer, because I guess they sell them as like pool accessories or whatever. So now whenever we see them, I go crazy and I buy too many of them. So
okay. Well,
that is very green Pizza Hut.
It is. It's very much so. But they come in an array of colors. We do have a red one, but it's too big to be a proper Pizza Hut cup because Pizza Hut cups were probably more like 20 ounces, 16 ounces, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere around.
It's a fun pizza. For those of you who went to whoever, I don't know, a lot of people, the kids today, they think about Pizza Hut as a delivery place. But back in the day, they had these red and white tablecloths. They had these stained glass chandeliers. They had a salad bar. You went there, it was an event. It was like going to the Italian embassy. You grew up in Montana, it was as close as you got to culture. That's probably what they talk about in Montana history classes, is just Pizza Hut and
the history of Pizza Hut.
All the other exotic foreign foods that are available.
May be. I enjoyed the lunch buffet there more times than I care to admit. That was a thing that was just, and the dessert pizza that they would have.
Yeah.
You guys remember the dessert pizza? It was like a pie, and it had like there was apple and there was cherry and there were different flavors. Oh my gosh,
I worked at a Pizza Hut. I delivered pizza for them, and then it became apparent that like half the people in the store were taking orders, making the pizzas, and delivering them without ever punching them into the system.
Oh, wow. So did that pizza close quickly or?
No, not quickly. No,
Oh, wow.
it,
Okay.
it lasted for a very long time.
Wow.
Must be cheaper to make than I thought.
Yeah,
And I
pay your
thought it was pretty
people
cheap to
pay
make.
your people big enough wages so that they don't want to rob from you. How about that?
That's the way to go.
That is the solution. Okay,
Well, there
so
you go.
I
Yeah, get us back to your story here.
I wanted to, I was like, oh, I can think of something really clever, and nope, nothing clever.
Okay.
So when I did think about when I was in sixth grade, we had to do a multimedia presentation about anything.
Mhm.
And that was like 90, 91. And so it was multimedia was pretty limited in what you could do and bring to sixth grade. And so all the kids in my class did like musician. I think somebody did one on like the Humpty Dance. And then they
Okay.
played the Humpty Dance, multimedia. And I had this dog at the time, and her name was Xantippe. And I fucking love this dog. I mean, I think she was like from a puppy mill, but whatever. But I love this dog. And so I got up in front of my sixth grade class and I told all the facts that I knew about this dog breed. And then and there was a 5-minute presentation. And for the last 2 minutes, I took my my lavender Casio cassette boombox, those little things from them, and I played 2 minutes of my dog barking.
2 minutes.
Nice.
Holy cow.
Like followed the Humpty Dance with 2 minutes of this dog barking.
Sure.
But yeah, so the breed of dog that this was a Lhasa Apso. And that's what I'm giving you here is the breed of dog is a Lhasa Apso. They're one of the oldest canine breeds. They're very closely linked DNA wise to like ancestral wolves. They originated in Tibet. They were an interior watchdog. So what they would do, like I think Lhasa is, Tibet, and then Apso means either like bark guard or goatee or bearded, I guess, in Tibet. And there's a lot of different things that it could mean. But they were watchdogs. They were just these little tiny, like less than 15-pound, super loud, bark, 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 alert, 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 alert dogs. And and they guarded the temples. They guarded the temples in the Himalayas. They're a kind of Tibetan terrier, which is there are quite a few different dog breeds from Tibet. But they're those dogs, they kind of look like Shih Tzus. They look like little gremlins. They have like a little ponytail to keep their bangs out of their eyes. And my dog had an underbite. They have problems with their teeth. They have problems with they have like a curly tail that kind of rests on their back, and they often have dermatitis. Who doesn't?
Wow.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sending you to Lhasa Apsos.
I just have to ask a completely tangential question. So your dog was named Xantippe. Was that a name that you chose?
No, I think my dad chose it as like a bitch joke.
Okay.
I don't
Because
get
that's
it.
Socrates' wife's name.
Yeah, who I guess
okay.
he sang was a bitch, and then the dog was the girl dog, and
Okay.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
yeah, that's everyone's reaction. Like, eh.
Okay.
But we thought it was Z instead of an X.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah.
Right then. I actually had a Lhasa Apso mix when I was in elementary school. My PE teacher had a bunch of dogs, or had a litter of puppies, and she was like, "I want to get rid of them." And they were like Lhasa Apso Poodle Schnauzer mixes, and I badgered my parents, and I got one, and it was a delight. And her name was Frisky, and she was a good little girl.
That's a much more appropriate name for a dog.
I did want to call her Herodotus, but it didn't work out. So.
No.
Well, now I'm going to play you 2 minutes of a dog bark. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Yeah. We'll drop that in. No problem. I have to ask, do you remember how you did on that? Was that well received by the teacher? Did you get a good grade?
In my heart, I did amazing, but I don't think it won anybody else's.
No. Okay. All right. But you didn't fail or anything like that either, right? Like they were like, "Hey, you did the assignment. You did
I did a multimedia assignment about any topic, and 2 minutes of it was a dog barking.
I feel like that's right up your alley, though. Like, because you're an incredible creator. Like, I have there was a couch in the arcade green room from 811, and you made it in miniature, including the very intricate pattern.
Yeah,
I've got that. Yeah, there's like a miniature arcade with functioning lights that you built that I still have, and it's like, wow, this. I mean, you're an incredibly talented artist and creator. Like, I'd be shocked if you didn't possess those skills at a young age.
Oh yeah. I was pretty creative. Just with my paintbrush was the sound of dogs barking.
Fair enough. We all have our favorite medium. You know?
Yeah.
Well, this is great. I have definitely heard of this breed, but I can't remember why. I feel like there's a movie where this dog breed is somehow. Is it maybe Ace Ventura, where he's trying to find a Lhasa Apso at the very beginning before the actual plot starts or something?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, but there is some connection to this in pop culture that I have heard of it, because I don't know a ton of dog breeds, but I definitely know Lhasa Apso for some reason, and I couldn't tell you why. But it'll be interesting to try to get to Lhasa Apso from the Decameron.
Yeah.
I don't know what the path will be, but it will be long. It would be my guess.
Yes, welcome to this season.
Yeah. It's a great start to it. Well, this is great. I can't wait to give this a shot, and it is fantastic to see you again, and I hope that it is not another 3 years before we have you back on as a guest again.
No, invite me in, whatever.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. All season. A whole season of Sarah Wojdylak. Yay.
Just dog breeds on top of dog breeds.
There we go.
Well, thank you so much, Sarah, and take care. We'll hope to see you soon.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Well, Matt, we've covered our drinks. You even dropped a little bit of information about where we're starting with the Decameron.
I did. Yeah.
The only thing that remains is to put in our guesses.
Yeah. So are we doing this again this season, Jethro? Are we making our wagers again this season? Because
I think we must.
I keep losing season after season, and I don't know if I can take another season of that, man.
Well, I mean, the consequences are incredibly dire. Losing. I mean,
no, there are no actual consequences that are dire. It's my psyche that I'm concerned about. But I guess it's mostly gone anyway. So let's do it. Let's just jump into it here. So what we're talking about, folks, if you've not listened before, or if you've only listened to our classic episodes, and I don't know. Well, anyway, I don't know. Remember if we had our bidding in that or not? But we're trying to guess how many links it will take us to get from the Decameron to Lhasa Apso. And I guess I'll write down a number. Jethro, do you want to know what our average has been over the past 9 seasons?
I would love to know what our average has been.
It has been. I'm going to do some rounding. It's been 8.18.
Really?
That
seems a lot higher than I would have expected.
Yeah, well, it's true. We've had some really long ones in the beginning. Last season we had a couple 9s, I think some 10s. We had some high ones last season, some 9s. I guess we had some 9s last season. But
some
yeah,
9s, you say.
That's where we are. So anyway, I'm going to write down a number, and I'm going to pass it to you on the table.
Okay.
And I think you'll find it fair.
I accept.
Oh, excellent. Good. All right. Then you're hired.
All right, then.
All right. Let's do it, man. Let's get into this thing and see where we're going from the Decameron. So the Decameron is a story. It's a collection of short stories, actually, from the 14th century. And it is structured as a frame story containing 100 tales told by a group of 7 young women and 3 young men. They shelter in a secluded villa just outside Florence in order to escape the Black Death.
Mm-hmm. And this was a hilarious suggestion.
Ensues.
It was a topical suggestion because we were in the middle of COVID when we started this podcast, and I guess technically we're probably still in the middle of COVID in some way. But anyway,
COVID still exists. It's just no one seems to care too much if they get it anymore.
There are vaccines, and right now most of the COVID deaths are more voluntary because
it seems to be that way.
Choosing not to take advantage of modern medicine. So there you go.
So looking down here, I see one of the very first things that I see on here is that there's a reference to Dante Alighieri's The Divine Comedy, which
Indeed, there is.
we went to last season, I believe.
I love
So if we had remembered that there was a connection between this, maybe we could have used this to get into it, but we
Indeed.
didn't. I believe that's the episode on which the wives beat us.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah, pretty sure that's the case. So let's
I've
see here.
scrolled down a bit
What do you see?
under the literary sources section, and there's a lovely painting here of some naked folks, which I'm always a fan of.
Yeah.
But this is from Rubens,
Mhm.
the Dutch painter,
The sandwich. Yeah.
or I guess Flemish painter is appropriate. The story of Simone and Iphigenia. But I was thinking about
yeah.
Rubens as a possibility because I feel like
The sandwich.
in the golden age of Dutch painting with like Vermeer and Rembrandt and whatnot, that
Okay.
people were always getting portraits of them and their dogs. So there might be some dogs in that.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Is that true?
I feel like it's true. It's true in my heart. I don't know if it's true in reality.
Okay.
But it's definitely a something that has an air of truthiness to it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm continuing to look because I'm not sure that I love that particular connection.
I'm open to other options,
I have seen Bonfire of the Vanities is on here.
but not a link. That's not a link to the Tom Wolfe novel.
It is not. It is not. It is the a bonfire of the Vanities is a burning of objects condemned by religious authorities as occasions of sin.
There we go.
Which in another reference to sin that's on here is the red light district.
There we
So
go.
We could go to the red light district, which I mean, there's probably something involving dogs that happens there, right?
Well, if you pay an extra 50%, yes.
See what I'm saying? And I don't think I want to know about it a lot, but I think it exists. Wall Street Journal's on here. That's always a font of information.
Indeed. Ooh,
Oh, what do you got?
the Franklin's Tale. So under adaptations, there's a section called wrongly considered to be adaptations.
Oh.
And there's a link to Chaucer's The Franklin's Tale, which is from the Canterbury Tales. But the image of that has a man apparently wooing a woman, but there's a dog in the picture. So I have
Whoa.
I don't know that story at all. I don't know if a dog plays any critical role, but it could theoretically get us into dogs.
Okay. Yeah, that's a possibility. I see COVID-19 pandemic is on here.
Nice.
So we could get right back to where we started for real. I see autograph. I see the plague. And I'm just going down real quick to look at the external links section where there's like the purple drop downs because you might recall, Jethro, you won those back last season.
You're welcome, listeners.
They were once off limits. Unfortunately, this particular group of external links not very helpful.
So there is a censored books section category.
Where did you see that?
Under authority controlled databases, which seems like that feels like entirely wrong. Oh, I guess that's a link.
Those are all actual external links.
Oh, gotcha. I'm looking at the category section, but you don't like the category.
The category section, I see. Yeah, I mean, look, I know that we can go to categories. I just would rather not go to categories if we don't have
fair.
to.
That's fair. That's
so.
Fair.
I'd rather go like.
We'll save it unless we're like really stumped.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like those are better to use if we're up against it. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here that is directly linked to dogs. I don't see anything. So I suppose we could try the Franklin's Tale. My concern with the Franklin's Tale is I do see the picture of the dog, but we don't know that this is a dog thing.
Oh, no, not at all.
And so I am almost more inclined to go to somebody like an author, like Longfellow is on here, Keats is on here. Like people like that might have better connections to at least stories that include dogs. That we would be more certain that they would have a dog character in them or something like that. If that makes sense.
Duly noted, and I'm open to that possibility. Let me mention something we haven't yet talked about as a possibility.
Yeah, do it.
So if the Lhasa Apso is a dog that was guarding like
Oh, I
Buddhist
know.
temples and
Yeah, yeah,
such,
yeah.
could we get into Buddhism? Because
Mhm.
we've already got like a lot of religious possibilities on here.
Yeah, that's
If we
true.
were to go to something like something more religious, we could theoretically get into Buddhism through that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a possibility. I though, sorry, want to give you another thing to potentially go to because I went back up to the top all the way. I kind of like the idea of going to comedy or practical jokes because
Really?
I think that we could wind up. Now that's not going the religious path, obviously, but I think we could probably get to dogs pretty easily through something like comedy or practical jokes.
Do you now?
What do you think about that?
I I I find it intriguing. Yeah, let's do it. I see practical jokes. I don't see comedy.
Comedy is one of the very first links. It's quote the human comedy, and then comedy is the only word that is actually linked. And it takes you
Ooh,
to
and you'll
comedy.
notice that the picture
Yes,
has a dog.
it does have a picture of Charlie Chaplin with a is that a bulldog? I think
Looks like a bulldog.
with him there. So that's what I'm thinking. What do you think about that?
All right, do you like comedy or practical jokes?
I like them both, but I want to go to practical jokes because I think it's going to be more interesting. But I want to go to comedy because I think there's a better chance it's going to get us to dogs.
You make
But
strong.
can
You know what? I'm not
convince
even.
me.
How about this? You get to choose. I'm not even going to
Oh,
argue against it.
oh no. Yeah, see, then you can just blame me later. I know how
That's
this one.
exactly right.
Yeah, I know. All right, let's go to comedy. That's more broad. Let's do it.
All right, here we are at comedy parentheses drama.
Yeah. That is exactly what it says. Oh, awesome. I love it. I do see the picture. There's Charlie Chaplin with the dog. Charlie Chaplin linked, dog not linked, unfortunately. So
It's interesting that Thomas Hobbes is linked here. I would not have had Thomas Hobbes, who famously said that life in a state of nature was solitary, poor, brutish, and short. No, now I'm messing up the quote now. What is it?
well, do you see what it says here, though? Thomas Hobbes speaks of laughter as a, quote, sudden glory.
It is.
So that's nice.
Indeed,
I like
it
that.
is.
There's a link on here for scatological humor.
Indeed, there is.
Screwball comedy is on here. I believe we wanted to get to screwball comedy at one point.
Taboos.
Oh, taboo, you say?
I do indeed.
Clown circus skills. Circus skills. Don't they make those little those little dogs dance in the circus?
They do.
That could be a thing. If you like circuses. I see Play-Doh, I see genre, I see dichotomy.
I see vaudeville linked here, and again, the pop-up preview image has dogs in it. So
of course it does. This is a very short page. I thought this was going to be a lot longer page.
well, it's more specific to in the theater.
It does seem to be that,
as
yes.
opposed to humor in general.
Yeah. Yeah. Although, if you go down to, again, our purple link section, that opens up into a whole giant thing of comedy.
Well, there we go. Now we're talking business.
So we got farce and humor and impersonator, impressionist, irony, joke, prank call. So yeah, we got a whole bunch of different stuff on there. And where did she say where? I'm sorry. Where did these dogs come from initially?
Tibet. Tibet.
She
said.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, we don't want to go geography anyway, right? So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I don't see anything that is specifically dog related on this page. Do you?
I do not explicitly see dogs or Buddhism mentioned on this page.
I don't see Buddhism mentioned here either, which doesn't surprise me. Quite frankly, I didn't expect to see that here, but I did hope that there was going to be something more closely related to dogs than there are. There's nothing. There's nothing on here that's not even animal humor. You know what I mean? Like I was hoping there would be kind of an animal route to go here. But no, none of that.
Now, there are, however, links to various styles of comedic theater from various Asian countries.
There are.
So,
yes, that's true.
So we could get to Japan or Indonesia or China. But that is, quasi-geographic.
Yeah, my concern is that once we got there, we would have to take a geographic route out of that to where we were headed, right?
Fair enough.
But maybe not. I mean, it's possible not. You get into Japan, and you could probably get into Buddhism from Japan, but probably not from Japanese theater. Although maybe, I don't know. We went to some Japanese theater, didn't we? A couple of seasons ago.
I feel like we did. I feel like Maddie sent us there.
Yes, I believe that's right. It was like sit down theater instead of sit down comedy instead of stand up comedy or something like that. As I recall. But
if memory serves, that's one of the ones that took us forever to get to.
Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, well, what do you see here? What do you like? Because I made the pick last time, so it's on to you, my friend. I'm going to give you kind of free reign to choose here. So what do you like?
You're giving me
this.
Okay, now I see. All right, I see mockumentary as a link here under the external links section, which could get us very easily to Christopher Guest.
Yeah.
And Best in Show.
Oh, Best in Show, which is all about dogs.
Yeah. So I like mockumentary, although I'm open to other ideas.
I love it. Let's give it a go.
And we get to use the external links.
Yeah. First time, every time.
Fantastic.
Mockumentary. Here we are, a portmanteau of mock and documentary. In case you didn't realize that. That's what it is.
Fantastic.
So I see April Fool's Prank. This is Spinal Tap is mentioned right on here. Is Best in Show already mentioned here?
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm whizzing through here.
Okay. I see there are a bunch of movies mentioned specifically. But I don't see Best in Show yet either. The Beatles, the Ruddles. Oh, good Lord.
Best in Show. There it is.
Oh, okay. All right, great. Oh, yeah, I see it. I see it right here.
In film and television since 1980. It is in the last sentence. Yes,
I see it. I see the mention of Eugene Levy and Christopher Guest.
There's one called Man Bites Dog.
Is that? I don't think that's what you think it is. It's a French language black comedy. So
that's fine. I'm just trying to prevent us from rushing off because again, our goal is Lhasa Apso.
Right. No, I hear you. If that happened to be on this page, we wouldn't want to miss it. But I can't imagine there's going to be something better than Best in Show. Unless again, if I'm right about Ace Ventura, we get into Ace Ventura and hope that there's a plot summary that includes that, but I could totally be wrong about that. So,
yeah, that's a big risky roll of the dice.
I would say let's not take that chance.
All right. Well, you want to do Best in Show then?
Yeah. Sorry, I just noticed that the Muppets were on here, and I was wondering if there was Lhasa Apso Muppet character, but I don't.
Doesn't Miss Piggy have dogs, like toy dogs?
She does. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. But I don't think that's gonna.
Yeah, also, the Muppet verse feels sufficiently large that they're not going to have everything on the Muppets page.
Right. Well, and this just takes you to the Muppets 2015 film, so it's doesn't even take you to the Muppets in general. So, all right, I think Best in Show is the way to go because I think we're going to get to dogs and dog shows, and I think that's the good.
Fantastic. Path, so. Best in Show, there it is.
Yeah, and folks, if you haven't seen Best in Show, it is a very funny mockumentary. I will say. I have a tough time. What is your favorite of the Christopher Guest mockumentaries, Jethro?
It's hard to pick. I mean, like the real talk. Christy and I have a video library, significant percentage of which was purchased to watch while high, and we go back to the Christopher Guest Holy Trinity mockumentaries of Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show, and A Mighty Wind with. Great frequency. So I've seen this movie probably, 50 times. Like it's burned on my brain, and Fred Willard in particular from this. But there's always like dumb lines that we're quoting from it. Like, I woke up, I was so glad, that it's one of those things where like it's become such a bit between Christy and I that we'll revisit the movie and we'll realize like, oh, it's not even funny in the movie at all.
But
But
it's
we've
funny
turned it
because
into such a
yeah.
thing that it's a joke for us. But yeah, I don't know. It's tricky. Best in show. I don't know. I can't pick. It's like picking a favorite child. Because
Yeah.
you leave one. What about you? Are you able to?
I think Waiting for Guffman is my favorite. And then the other ones are all very close seconds. But I understand this is not a Christopher Guest film. I really love this is Spinal Tap, which is in the same vein, and has Christopher Guest in it, but is not an actual Christopher Guest, mockumentary. But I always wind up lumping it in anyway. So that's but I would say my favorite is definitely Guffman. And then this and Mighty Wind. And what was there's another one, isn't there? What's the one about, now I'm going to mess it up. Isn't there one about like the Oscars or something, or an
For
award
Your
show?
Consideration.
Yes. For your consideration.
That was Christopher Guest directed about a movie called Home for Purim. But it was not a mockumentary.
Oh, okay.
And that's
That's
also like
interesting.
where
It's been a long time since I've seen
started,
it. So
it started to become apparent to Christy and I that, Christopher Guest knows how to make one movie. Because he also did that one like mascots one for Netflix. And it's like, here's a group of people and there's some big event and they're all participating in that big event in some way.
Yeah.
And then somebody has the great outcome from the big event and everybody else, it's like, the skeleton of all of these movies is identical.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you find a formula that works and you go.
No, absolutely. It's not intended as a criticism at all. It's just something that took us a while to figure out. Like,
All right. So
I see Shih Tzu linked here.
I see that as well. And I wonder if that is our best path, because I think that they are closely related and probably closely related enough that Wikipedia would tie them together. Even if they are not like actually, I don't know how closely related the breeds are, but they're very similar types of dogs. The only other option I would see beyond that would be to go to like National Dog Show or there's a link here to the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show.
Yeah.
Those would be my only other possible choices there. But
I think those would be a fine backup. But for me, Shih Tzu feels like it's going to be linked on that page.
Yeah, I think that you're right.
They're
I'm
both
happy
toy
to go there.
breeds.
So let's do it. Let's go to Shih Tzu.
Shih Tzu!
Which maybe this is the type of dog that is in the Ace Ventura
Matt?
movie.
Matt?
Yes, Jethro, yes.
Look at the last link in the first paragraph of this article.
It says Pekingese and the Lhasa Apso.
There it is.
Wow, right at the top of the page. We didn't even have to look around for it. It was just
right
there.
At the top.
How are they related to each other? So believed to be bred from the Pekingese and the Lhasa
There we go.
Apso. So there you go. This originated in Tibet as well. Well, we've done it. We have found it.
We have.
We're at Lhasa Apso.
They said it couldn't be done.
They said it. I said it. Turns out I was wrong. But there it is. There's the Lhasa Apso. They're from the Decameron. Only 5 links, so well below our average. Congratulations to us on doing that, I suppose. Staying below the average. That's us, always below average. And how did you do on your guess there, Jethro?
How did I do?
Yeah, how did you do?
I did pretty
Except you do
reasonably
first.
well. I guessed 6.
6. Unfortunately, 7. I thought.
Look at that. I
thought it
can't
was going to be
believe
a little less good than we were, and you believed a little less good, but closer, a little less good. So there you go. That's your first win of the season. And
yay! Are you mathematically eliminated yet?
I think I am. I think I am out for this season. So
you had a good run.
Yeah, it was all right. It was okay. I was gonna say your streak continues, but unfortunately, I won the last one last season. So no one remembers. You're starting a new streak now. So we'll see how that goes. But this is great. This is exciting to be back for season 10. I hope everyone enjoyed this walk as much as I did. Jethro, I hope you had a good time.
I did. It's always nice to be back with you, and it was great to see Sarah Wojdylak. She's a talented, funny person, and I hope don't have to wait 3 years before we chat again.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And we definitely won't have to wait 3 years before we chat into your ears again, because we'll be back next week with another walk. So we'll talk to you then.